about 30 minutes today. Wanted to say Happy New Year to you guys. Hopefully, I know it's late at night. I know it's kind of unexpected, etc. But I wanted to at least get this live video out. See how you guys' New Year's was and see how your Christmas was. So we'll give it a couple minutes and take a look at some of these cars I just got into. Close that out. So we'll give a live chat out. I'll give it a couple minutes. I'm not going to go through all the unboxings and stuff of these particular vehicles. But I figured, like I said, I see a couple people probably joining in. Go live just for a few minutes, probably about 30 minutes, because I got to get around and do a couple of things. But show you some of these mini cars. I haven't even opened this one up yet, so I'll probably open this one up during this video. HPI. Let's take this off real quick. If you guys are joining, let me know. I am on a Wi-Fi connection, but it is limited. So you got to let me know. Dang it. Those small body pins. How the quality of this video is. So I'm wondering if I could put a brushless system in. I know someone's done it before. I have to get something to cut this real quick. And go ahead and crack this open. And take a look at this. While we're waiting for, I guess, notifications to join, to go out, people to join in, break this factory seal on here. There we go. And pull this out. Surprised this actually comes with extra gearing, an extra spur gear in here. Extra pinion gear, basically an extra diff rebuild. So don't know if you guys are joining in, but Happy New Year if you're joining in. I just figured I'd go live for just a short period of time. Look at a couple of these cars. Wish you guys a Happy New Year. And so that's why I like HPI. They actually don't have a 2-in-1 speed controller and receiver built into one. They actually have it to where they're separated out, which I love that they do that. Because it comes with one of their regular 2.4 gigahertz radios. And you ain't got to worry about if the speed controller goes bad or the receiver goes bad, you got to buy a whole new unit. You can just buy another speed controller and put it in here or buy another radio. So that's good. I do wish this came with a LiPo battery instead of a nickel metal, but we got a couple people joining in. Hey, what's going on, Jim? Happy New Year. Appreciate you joining in. Clayton, Happy New Year to you, man. Appreciate it. We're just going live just for a short period of time. I figured I'd be on here live for about 30 minutes. Trying to increase my go live videos. Trying to do it at least once a week, and I know it's so random. At some point in time, I'll pick a day throughout the week to go live if I can allocate time for it. But I figured, excuse me, going live, I'd go ahead, open these cars up. This is probably going to be a shelf queen. I'm probably not going to run this at all. I'm definitely going to run this. I'll take this out the box in just a minute. But I was curious about this particular one and the setup and stuff for it. Now, if only HPI would make an 8 scale like this, that would be great. Graphite chassis. I just wish this came with a lipo, but I think this has been out for years, I think. But anyway, let's open up this i20 Coupe WRC over here. We'll put this to the side real quick. What's going on, Stu? Happy New Year to you as well. Appreciate you guys joining in. Like I said, we're just going live for a few minutes. Want to say Happy New Year to you guys. Also, I don't know if you guys got anything for Christmas, but it'd be nice to know what you got if you got anything. Oh, that's funny. People ask about the UFO series. So I actually did a poll. I think I did 2 polls last year. And I asked people, I told them I was going to bring some different stuff to my channel. I got some different equipment coming in, etc., blah, blah, blah. And I asked them, would they want to see more videos of, I guess, UFO stuff. Not I guess, but UFO stuff. Some training videos, because I do still do train a lot. I still go out there, go to the gym and stuff and all that, and a couple other things. So out of, I think it was about 4 selections, about, I think the UFO one got 60 something % of the votes. You have to scroll back through the community and see it, but it got the most votes, and people kind of wanted to see it. And I've been kind of wanting to put that out there just to get people's inputs and thoughts on it. So that's one of the main reasons why I did. I'm gonna start doing that. It's not gonna take over the channel, so you're not gonna see UFO videos or whatever it may be coming out every day. It's probably gonna be like once every couple of weeks or something. I'll put something out because there's some information I do kind of want to get out there to you guys. So that's the thing with that. So what's going on, Eduardo from Puerto Rico? Happy New Year to you, man. So hopefully that explains that right there. So no one hacked my channel. I just figured I'd put that out. See some of the comments that people were giving back from it. So what's going on, RC for all? Happy New Year to you as well. I'm just going live for just a short period of time. Wanted to talk to you guys, see questions, concerns, and just chat with you guys. I got about 25 minutes or so to be on here and go live and chat with you guys one-on-one if you have any questions to ask. A lot of people message me a lot, and I don't even... sometimes it's just a lot. I mean, Instagram and all that, people message me and I don't really get back to them because you get a lot on a daily basis. But so I figured that's what going live is for. So I was looking at this. I went ahead and took this out. This is probably going to be more or less a shelf queen. This is HPI RS4 Mini. It is a drift car. You can probably put some on-road tires on it because this would be pretty cool as an on-road car. But it is brushed and comes with a nickel metal battery. But I like that it has the speed controller and the receiver separate. It's not like a 2-in-1 unit. So this is, of course, HPI's full radio for it. So that's a good thing with this. But I probably won't be doing any videos of this. I may or may not drive it out. I don't know. I may drive it in the garage. I don't know. I got a couple of these mini cars, but I kind of want to just have one just to sit there, if you guys know what I mean. Because this does look pretty good. And then this i20 Coupe, you can get this for $200. Of course, I got this at Tiny Adventures RC. And then this right here is going to cost you $129. And I'm going to try to get this out without knocking everything over. It's got a little bit of small radio with it. But I don't have all my scissors and everything. Oh, cool. So you get, of course, a battery with it. Double A's. I love when they give you double A's. You get a little charger and stuff, too, to charge this up. And you get a little cute radio right underneath there, too. So, what's up, Innovative RC? Happy New Year to you as well. Like I said, we're just kind of going through some stuff. I hope this didn't pop off. I think this popped off the car somewhere underneath. I'm just kind of looking at these right here. Excuse me. And just kind of seeing what you guys got for Christmas. So, Stuart, so I decided to get back into RC cars around 30. Yeah, sorry about your loss, man. So Stuart says, I have an e-Revo 2.0 on a felony and infraction. Would you recommend a Creighton 8S? Well, you got the other two. So if you want a big car, yeah. Are you going to get the EXB version or are you going to get the ready to run version? I guess that's going to be the question. If you get the ready to run version, I don't know if Arma has done any running updates with it. I know they did another chassis brace on the back of, but I do recommend you get a bigger pinion gear for it. Possibly it comes with a 17. The sweet spot's going to be about 19 or 20. I think 21 is going to be a little bit a lot for those electronics, and get some big batteries regardless of whatever version you get the biggest lipos to run it that your money can afford, because it does drain some batteries. Especially if you get the ready to run version and you go to like a 22 pinion gear and you change the punch settings up, it will drain your batteries. And there's tons of batteries out there. I mean, you can go from the Z Racing to SMC, and then there's several others that I've gotten on my channel that I've kind of run to show you guys with that. And you guys that are watching, feel free to chime in. Stuart's asking about what's going on, Mike. Stuart's asking about getting a Creighton, and he's going to get the ready to run one. So my recommendation is, I don't think it comes with a bigger pinion gear. It comes with a 17. So go ahead and get a 19 or 22 pinion gear for it and get some big lipos. You can get the Z Racing. There's some 9,000 out there. Gens Ace has some 10 and 15,000, I think, milliamp lipos, 4Ss. But get the biggest ones you can afford to get for it. There's some cheaper ones on Amazon too, because you're gonna need that with that runtime. So Clayton says, "Do you think the new Kyosho USA 1 can compete with the low C?" I don't know. I think they would be I don't own either one of them. I did have a low C on my channel. My friend let me borrow it to unbox it and do some runs with it. I think it would be a good comparisons between the two. I think Tony over at CCXRC probably has them both, because I don't have it. I don't have any low Cs. I mean, I have my low C 8, and then I have my low C Truggy and my 3XLE. Oh, no problems to it. I think that would be a good comparison. I love the way that USA 1 looks, though. I really do. I still haven't pulled the trigger on it because it is a little bit expensive, and I'm waiting on the associated rival to come out. But from what I heard, that's going to be not till like February. So I'm like, dude, we got to wait that long? So Mike said, you want to put my Savage on the channel. I want to submit pictures for the showcase Sunday. Yeah. You can submit videos too. If you send them over on Instagram, send it as a image, and you got to actually load the video, because some people try to share their stuff they put on Instagram, and shares, I can't download that. But if you shoot some photos of it and you shoot a video, don't make the video long, but get about a 20-30 second video or a couple of just small clips. You can send them over to me on Instagram, and they'll be in Showcase Sunday. Showcase Sunday, I'm probably going to be doing probably once a month, because I still get probably about maybe 2 or 3 people a week, but I kind of want to make them longer to load all that up and stuff. And some people want descriptions of cars, but I won't be doing descriptions. That just takes too much time for that. But so yeah, Mike, just go ahead and load those up. Hopefully you are on Instagram. I know people want to try to email me stuff and all that, and that's just too much. It's just better just send it through Instagram. That way I can archive it and keep it too. So, and I believe this little bad boy is brushless. I probably won't take this out just yet, but it's brushless. But is this a LiPo or a lithium-ion battery? No, it's a nickel metal battery. And I believe this is brushless. I kind of don't have my scissors right here on this table to cut this out, but I'm trying to see. I believe this is brushless. Probably look at the box and tell, right? Yeah, slipper clutch. 8,000 kV motor. Look at that. I'll let you guys see this real quick. Probably that light's glaring. I don't know if that's going to focus in or not. See if we can get this to focus somewhat. That light's probably killing it. Let me disable this. I don't know if that made it any better. You probably want the flash on. But look at that, 8,000 kV motor. So interesting. So what did you guys get, if anything, for Christmas? Any RC related stuff you guys get? No problem, Captain. Appreciate you guys tuning in and watching some of my content. If you guys haven't, I appreciate if you could, as they say, smash that like button for me. Helps with the YouTube algorithm that everybody's trying to figure out. If somebody can crack that code, I think they'd be doing pretty good. So. And I got several things over here in the corner I'm going to be working on. Nothing. You guys are pretty quiet tonight. Everybody still hungover from New Year's? I try to make it, if you guys have never seen my go lives before, I try to make it about you guys. I don't want to get on and just talk, but I try to get on here to answer any questions you guys may have. So what's going on, RC Snake Madness? Happy New Year to you too. Oh, sweet. Y'all gotta let me know how that WideMax kit is. I probably will not get that WideMax kit for the X-Maxx. I like my X-Maxx the way it is. I really do. I like it as it is. And there's money invested in my X-Maxx, and I don't need that. I mean, it pretty much performs great as it's set up for me. I know some people kind of want it and all that, and it may be some good content for the channel, but I don't really need it. But you guys have to let me know how that kit was. I don't know if you've installed that WideMax kit yet. If you have, how does it perform? Oh shoot, $3,000? Dang, ballin'. See, I have custom A-arms, turnbuckles, and all that. So that means I got to get rid of all that to put that wide kit on it. So I'm like, yeah, X-Maxx has already got enough money into it. So I'm pretty much good. Oh, appreciate that, Mike. We can chat more offline on Instagram. I'm not sure what state you live in. I was thinking about a Savage, but man, $700 and some dollars, man. Some of this stuff, y'all balling out there. Mike says you got a couple of servos for your HPI. Did the servo go bad already? Okay, I take your word on it. On the X-Maxx, like I said, I pretty much like mine. And I got some bling bling on there. I'm not gonna change it right now. I may later on, but I'm pretty sure Traxxas is going to come out with. You live in Florida, okay? Let you be a little bit closer to in Georgia area, but I'm pretty sure Traxxas is gonna come out with a WideMax, with probably a new color body and some different tires and wheels, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna do that. They need to fix that clipless body. They need to have it to where you can clip it in the front and it snaps in from the front or something. Put a blower or something on the front of it. So yeah, I use Power Hobby servos in there. And I guess while we're live, I mean, most people probably won't even see this or won't even be in these conversations with this, but for 2022, and I may do a video of it. Sometimes it just takes a lot of time to do that. But for 2022, I think we're going to have a lot more stuff coming out, which is going to be good. I think that, and I don't know for sure, but we've been waiting over a year and a half for Arma to release their 4S lineup. So I'm pretty sure they're going to come out with the 4S lineup this year. I don't know any holdups or what's holding it up. Maybe they're doing some designs with it, but it would be nice to get those back out. And I'm pretty sure they will, because I did see that Team Magic did release a 4S truck about a week ago. So I'm pretty sure their Armor's going to release that. Now, what they're going to release, I don't know. But we know they had the Creighton and the Outcast. You guys know that I did a 4S Talon over a year, and I just converted my Creighton to it. So, all right, Mike, I see you. Yeah, you gotta let me know about that Y-Max kit. I have to check out some more videos on it. But so for 2022, I think that is gonna happen. I don't know if Armor's gonna release a rally car. They should. They should release something like this in this size. Take that Sentin 6S platform and make it into a rally car. That'd be pretty good. So I hope the 4S line's not dead. Okay, Mike, appreciate it. I hope it's not, because I think it's needed. I don't know what the price point's going to be. I think the previous 4S lineup was $399 with all the price increases and whatever upgrades they may make for it. Hopefully, it won't be too much more. We know Team Corrali's got the Skeeter. Hey, what's going on? Appreciate you joining in. We know Team Corrali's got the Skeeter coming out. And I should probably be pulling up pictures and showing it to you guys, but pretty much this is how this is. So we know the Skeeter's coming out, and that's a 4S truck. I don't know when that's coming out, but that was kind of shown a couple of months ago, and we're kind of pending on that. Team Corrali I've seen some posts out there on the Facebook where they've done a lot of upgrades to their cars. So yeah, 4S Vendetta would have probably been almost uncontrollable, but they may do it. They may do. So this is my speculation on what Armor may do. This is not a, hey, they're gonna do this, or I got inside information, but they may do the Creighton and the Outcast, and then they may do, of course, a Talon, and they may do a Typhon, which would be awesome to have all those in 4S. And then they may actually do a Felony and a Limitless ready to run 4S, which would be pretty cool. I think if they did that, that would be pretty. That would pretty much lock the market down for a while. Hey, what's going on, CSL? Happy New Year to you. We just chatting in general. We were looking at a couple of things, and we're just talking about 2022. I guess I'll do a video coming soon of what I think is going to come out this year. So Armor may or may not revise their Limitless. I don't know. Traxxas, hopefully they get in and get that X01 going, because that X01 is a 10-year-old platform now, over 10 years. And they really need to put some work into that thing, because I don't even know if anyone's still buying it or not. So UFO Buff says he broke his Kaiju EXT rear drive shaft already. Dang. Yeah, I would contact Red Cat directly too. I've heard that people are busting those turnbuckles and they're actually replacing them for them and giving them stronger ones. So I'd contact them with that. Speaking of Red Cat, hopefully they do something on road this year. Hopefully they release an on road car. It'd be pretty cool if they did an 8 scale or 7 scale car. We know Hobayo's got a 7 scale roller coming out. Plus they got an 8 scale buggy coming out. So that takes care of those. Sin Racing, they have the Dually. Of course, they have the Reaper. I hope that they actually get into creating a buggy or some type of an armored car, which would be pretty good. So, but I think right now, if you guys are like me, I'm waiting on that rival. That's what we're waiting on. I think their rival is 509. I don't think everybody's gonna get the ready to run with the batteries. I think at 509 is probably gonna be one of the better. One of the better is we have to get it and see. It looks to be pretty beefy. I think it's about the same length, maybe a little bit longer than the Outcast 6S. So, man, I love the way drift ties look though. They look so pretty when they're not used. They're all shiny. Eduardo asked me about what motivated me to do or talk about UFO videos. Well, I mean, I've always been interested in that subject and type. It's a lot going on with it. I'm not going to get, I guess, too political or religious on a lot of that stuff. But I've always been researching and looking at them for a long time. And I just want to bring something new to get some people's inputs and thoughts. And some of the information just out there is not true. So I do want to at least discuss that and get some information out about that. I mean, it's a lot going on. So that's kind of what kind of motivated me to do something like that. Like I said, it's not going to take over the channel. So I will have videos of them maybe once every 2 weeks or a couple of weeks or something as information comes out. So we'll see. I'll probably start a separate channel and focus in on a lot of that though. But we'll see. We'll see how all that pans out, because building another channel and maintaining 2 channels is a lot, because it's a lot to maintain just one channel. So what's going on, Jose? Well, appreciate you checking out. I'm just going live for a few minutes. I had these cars. Instead of doing the whole unboxing and stuff, I figured I'd just show them to you guys in this video. I am probably not going to run this HPI. It's probably just going to be a shelf queen, because it does look pretty. I doubt I'll run it. And I love the way brand new drift tires look, and I hate the way they look after you run them. So I wish HPI would take this and make this bigger and make this into an 8 scale car. I think that'd be pretty awesome. Look at the way this belt's on here. I appreciate that, Chris. Happy New Year to you too. 2022 is here. Where are our flying cars from Back from the Future Part 2? We're supposed to be in cars that fly around. Yeah, I got a couple of things coming new. Not just what I talked about with some of the UFO stuff and government stuff and all that. I'll be doing a little bit more in flying, boats, and things like that. There's actually a group here in Stone Mountain that flies, I think, every Sunday. So I may try to go out there tomorrow to look at that, because you got to join the group. You got to get insurance and all this other stuff with them. And then start getting into flying more. Because I actually recently just went to Warner Robins Air Force Base. They got an aviation museum there, and they have an SR-71 Blackbird. I've never seen one up close. So I actually went there, and man, it was awesome to see that thing up close. So, all right, man, appreciate it. Happy New Year's to you too. Said you got to leave on out, so. Yeah, well, I think it should be fine. I mean, some people said they will unsubscribe if I put that up. That's fine. I mean, it's just content I want to put out there. I'm not convincing anyone of anything. I'm not trying to persuade anyone. I'm just going to put some information out about that and see where that rolls. And like I said, I may start a whole new channel with that, because there's a lot of stuff that I do that I also want to put out there. Talk about some investment stuff and all that. So I probably will end up starting another channel and doing that. A lot's going on in the world, and a lot of different things, even with crypto. I don't know if any of you guys invest in crypto or do investments in general or anything like that. But I think that some of the stuff that I do besides RC cars, I want to at least talk to you guys about and put out there. And if you do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. It's not gonna, as they say, this is not financial advice. But I think it's time that we as people start moving forward, and getting finances together, getting our health together and stuff like that. So that's gonna be one of the things I'll be adding to the channel, either to this channel or creating a new channel and doing it. I'm not sure yet. So y'all have any questions for me while we're on here and live? Any RC related questions? I may even do a tour this year of some of my RC stuff. I know a lot of you guys want to know, so kind of some of the stuff I have. All right, y'all. Well, I said I was going to go live for about 30 minutes. It's been almost exactly 30 minutes and 2 seconds. So I appreciate you guys joining in. Like I said, I just wanted to go live, talk to y'all for a minute. Definitely will do some GI Joe. I keep forgetting to do that, GI Joe and Transformers. I'm buying them things like every other week, so I'll definitely be doing that. I actually have GI Joe back from the '80s too. I got a couple of those in there. I had some in storage, but yeah, that's storage. Yeah, that's a whole different. I had the Terradrome and all that stuff, but that stuff is gone. But I did start collecting some of the newer stuff, so I'll definitely be doing that. Somebody asked, do I ever run street limiters? There's some guys here that actually run. I've been over there a couple of times. I just haven't had time to film it. There's actually a group here that drifts every Sunday, and I'm thinking about going out there and at least doing a video so you guys can see them drifting and probably join, because they actually do some pretty cool stuff out there. And they actually go to events and drift and stuff too. So yeah, it's a pretty big warehouse to answer your question. So I'm thinking about the gasoline cars, Eduardo. They're a lot to do. And they're loud, but I do have some different filming equipment coming in. So we'll see. I'll be doing that, but I got to go to different areas because they do have particular city ordinances where I'm at to not run gas and nitro cars because they're loud, and some people are actually allergic to the fume from the nitro cars. So you have to just be cautious of that. So yeah, it's never too late to do anything. I'm gonna tell you guys this: if you have not already, I know it's the beginning of the year. The first day is almost over with. If you're looking at stuff, I would say if you have not read it, get the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. Get that and read that book. Kind of make that your assignment to get that read this month in January. It's going to talk to you a lot about money and finance. It's going to help you understand it better. It's going to help you look at money in a different perspective. I'm not sure if I'm going to put that kind of stuff on this channel, which is why I'm thinking about doing another channel. I kind of want to keep some of that separate, but get that Rich Dad Poor Dad book. You can find some information on Robert Kiyosaki online too, so you can do that. But I would say that would be your first step if you haven't done anything at all, if you're not aware of it, because when you start really finding out about money and how it is and what it really entails, you'll be amazed. You really will. And it's never too late. I don't care if you're 107, you can always start. So, and that's some of the stuff I just want to probably tell you guys about. I don't know if I should do it on this channel or do it on another one, but maybe I'll do another poll to find out. Because like I said, there's a lot going on in the crypto market. I mean, the bull run was the beginning of 2020 up for the first couple of months, and then it kind of died down. Then some other things did shoot up. I did see, it's kind of crazy. I guess before we get off here, since we're kind of talking about money and investments, if you guys are joining, I'm probably like, what's he talking about? Yeah, Napoleon Hill Think and Grow Rich is another good one too. But I would say Robert Kiyosaki's book is going to be a better foundation of knowing and learning about money. So what's going on, Justin? Happy New Year to you. We were talking about RCs, and then somebody asked me about a video I put up about bringing some new stuff to the channel. So we started talking about that. I'm not sure how much I'm going to put out there on this channel. I may start another channel. I'm not sure. But I'll let you guys know if I have an additional channel talking about other things too, not just, I guess, conspiracy theories and UFOs. People actually need to look up that word conspiracy. They'll be amazed to see why that word was defined and when it was defined. It's actually pretty crazy. I think it started in the 50s, but you look that up, the word conspiracy, you'll find out. It'll probably amaze you on that. But the online hobby guy asked me about nitro cars. I love the sound and smell of nitro cars. I just don't like working on them. I don't like the maintenance of it. I don't like having to tune the car. I just don't like doing that. And then, of course, as I mentioned, you may not have been on earlier, there's certain city ordinances where I live at where you can't drive those nitro cars because certain people are allergic to them, and then there's a noise ordinance and all that. So, Oh yeah, Mike. Like I said, I'll put some stuff out here periodically, but if I start, because it's gonna be different with the other stuff, so I want to make sure that the people that are subscribed to this channel for RC car stuff, they continue to get that content. And then for the additional channel or whatever I'm gonna do, if I do it once a month, on a Monday once a month, they know to expect one Monday out the month. I'll maybe have some videos and talking about all that stuff. So we'll see. I'm still kind of rolling the dice on that one. So yeah, the online hobby shop guy. I mean, that's the thing about it. I had actually my first Nitro was a RS4 back in 2000 and sheesh, I want to say it might have been early 2000. I got the Nitro RS4, and it was so funny because I was so excited, got it out there, got it started, going through the break-in period. I was like, man, this thing is so slow. And then after I went through the break-in period, I started running it, and everybody came outside. They were looking at it, and there were some elderly people in the neighborhood, and they kind of rolled their eyes at me like, oh, God, here we go with this. So then I started looking up things in the particular neighborhood at that time. That was over 20 years ago. And I saw that there was restrictions against that. And then some people are actually allergic to it. They may not know it until it actually hits them. So, but we'll see. I have been looking at their Raminator for a good minute. I've been watching Tony's videos and Tailbot's videos on that thing. And that's a big old truck. So, what's going on, Django246? Appreciate that. We are just actually probably going to end this in just a minute. I was just in general talking and seeing how you guys' New Year's went, making sure you guys are safe. I know it was kind of out the blue. I went live, so. But I wanted to show these cars to you guys. I'm probably not going to actually run this, nor do an unboxing. It's probably just going to be a shell queen I'll have sitting there. And then we got this I-20 back here. So I'll probably end up running this. Look at this little radio. But this actually comes with everything you need. Batteries included. So. Okay. I'll check out your Facebook group. Are you going to get the Nitro USA one or the electric? And somebody just asked you, were you a dealer? I think you can post a link here. I do have some restrictions on what people can post it, but if you have a link, put a link here in this video, and then I'll put it in the description area so people can check out your shop. And of course, I'll check it out too as well. And if you guys haven't, subscribe to him, the online hobby guy. I'm not sure if you got content out there, but okay, well, you have to message me when you get that Nitro version of the USA 1. I don't know if you have Instagram or not, but you can send me some pictures and videos over there, because if I do the USA 1, I do want to get the electric version. I do have to say, what's going on, Joe? I do have to say that back in I think it was the early 90s, when they released the Nitro version of the USA 1, I always thought that looked better than the electric version because it had a wider stance, better tires and stuff on it. And I've always wanted a 90s USA 1 Nitro because of the way it looked. The electric one, it was like, it was cool. It was trying to compete with the Cloudbuster, but it didn't fan off well. But Kyosho had a couple of cars back then that may be further back in time than you guys know, but back in the 80s and early 90s, Kyosho and Tamiya were actually ruling the RC world. And then, of course, Traxxas had a couple. They actually had the Traxxas Cat, but in the early 90s, they came out with a couple of things. The Traxxas Hawk, and before the Bandit, it was called the Radicator. So I don't know if you guys want to hear that history about that, because I got involved in RC cars in 1985. For those of you that don't know, my first car was a Monster Beetle. Well, My first, I say, hobby grade car was a Monster Beetle. I had several cars before that. I even had the the Nitro Rhino, and then also the Golden Arrow from Radio Shack, and a Tyco Turbo Hopper. So online hobby shop. Well, I won't be able to push the link, but okay. Kevin said, "Have I heard about any info on the new Sin 17 scale monster truck rumored to be coming out?" No, I haven't. I didn't even know that. They have the American Force Edition. That's an awesome truck. I took that to the skate park earlier today for just a few minutes, and I may put that video out tomorrow. And it jumped and did good. I mean, the looper came off a couple times. That's what caused the truck to shut out. But it did a good job. And I've seen guys actually modify that thing. It's such a big, beautiful truck. I didn't really want to bash it up. It's probably one of the best looking monster trucks at a large scale that I have. I do love the way that thing looks, and it's light, convenient, everything. So yeah, somebody actually had a Golden Arrow here for sale. I saw it online, and they only wanted like $80. I was gonna get it, but I was like, don't get that. Because the Golden Arrow came with a 380 brush motor. I don't think it came with a 540 like the Rhino did. But you know, we had some fun back then. Those are the golden ages of RC cars. Now it's totally different. So yep, mechanical speed controllers. You guys may not. Some of you guys may not know about that. Um, yeah, I had a Tyco Turbo Hopper. I used to love that. We used to have neighborhood races where we bring them all out. I actually got beat by the Thunderbolt. So the Thunderbolt was a little brother to the Rhino, and it had a 380 motor. And I remember my mechanical speed controller got dust on it, and it was not functioning right. So when I hit the throttle, it was going and then stopping and going and stopping, and we were running a course, and this guy's slower car beat my car, and everybody was like, you got beat. Yeah, that's when you had the nickel metal battery packs that were 1,000, 1,200 milliamps, and then I think it was who was that battery company? Started with an S. Came out with a 2,000 milliamp. Everybody was like, "Wow, 2,000 milliamps." I've never heard of the Red Arrow. Did it just like the Golden Arrow, but it was different? Kevin said he had a lunchbox and a grasshopper. Yeah, I had a friend that had the Midnight Pumpkin. Um, Man, we used to run them. I'm telling y'all, back in the day, the '80s. I had a Tamiya Fox that I bought from a friend, and man, I ran into a wall. It was so bad. I was so upset, and I never fixed it. Yeah, so it seems like you guys do go back. I mean, it's RC cars has been interesting over the years. At some point, maybe I'll do a video just of the history as I seen it for RC cars, going from 1985 up until 2022. Clayton says he collects vintage Tamiya. Sweet. I know a RC driver put out. He had the not the hot shot. What was it? He had a two-wheel drive buggy. It may have been re-released, but he put that out there. So that was pretty cool that he did that. There's another guy. I can't think of his name right now. He does all vintage videos, but I watched his Monster Beetle videos stuff he did a while back. So, dang, Flynn has almost 70 cars so far, vintage cars. Sweet. I'm gonna have to check them out. Hopefully, you got some on your channel, man. Yeah, if you guys can thumbs up this video, I appreciate it. Yep, crystals and radios, right frequencies. I remember all that stuff. The capacitors on the mechanical speed controllers. Somebody just said, "Am I gonna do a semi tractor trailer build for 2022?" I can look into that, X-Man. I mean, There's a lot of different groups here in Georgia. Actually, Manny at Hobbytown, him and a couple of guys run on Sundays sometimes with their tractor trailers. So I'm gonna try to allocate more time to, even if I don't build and do it, to actually doing videos out there and showing it to you guys. There's several groups here in Georgia. I wish we could all kind of come together, but maybe I'll do an event this year. And that's something I've been looking at doing, an event probably in about when the weather gets a little bit better, trying to find an area and do like a 3-day event where it's got just all kinds of stuff going on. People can run all kinds of different cars. So, but I definitely will be trying to check them out. Like I said, there's a group that drifts every Sunday. I'll go check them out. I was gonna go a couple of months ago, but I was driving my Corvette and I ended up hitting a pothole, and that just ruined the whole. It was crazy. I was so upset about that. So that's what kept me from going out there. So Rockefeller Rand said I had he had a rally car he broke in 5 minutes when it wasn't easy to get parts in the 80s. Ooh yeah. Gosh, yeah. Tower Hobbies. I remember Tower Hobbies back in the 80s, early 90s. Used to love that. Yeah, Captain, I have to agree about that. The tracks and stuff, they're not like they were back in the day. You know, people, if their track isn't smooth and oh my gosh, you can't rub a car out here, and you know, of course you got to water down the track some, but back in the day, you just ran. I mean, now everybody wants it to be this perfectly smooth track and stuff, and I would love to see the new IFMAR World Championships do it on some old school dirt. You know, get out your good tires and get out your good driving skills. I mean, these cars nowadays should more than enough handle it. I mean, you got censored systems in them, center diffs, and just all kinds of diff oil. So they should be able to tune their cars right for that. Mike, I may get an Optima. I mean, I know they re-released the Optima, the Javelin. I'm trying to keep from pulling the trigger on all that. I had a Monster Beetle and I let somebody buy it. And I had a Blackfoot Extreme recently, years ago. And I'm trying to keep from revisiting my childhood and getting all those cars, because the Optima, the Javelin, I hope they re-released the Rocky. I remember that. But I had a Raider. I had all those cars. So I had a lot of cars. I don't know how I did all that, but I had a lot of cars in the 80s. So yeah, it'll probably be 3 days, 2 nights if I do that. I'm just trying to think. It'll probably be a Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. I'm just trying to. The biggest thing is trying to find an area and then getting the insurance for it, which shouldn't cost that much if everybody signs a waiver. Oh yeah, I remember when the RC10 first hit the market. Remember the RC10 conversion kit that they did it to a monster truck? I don't know if you guys remember that. I know some of you guys are probably joining like, what the heck are they talking about? We're talking about cars from the 80s and 90s. The RC10 was actually revolutionary. I mean, the gold pan chassis, the slipper clutch it had on it, and I think after 19, was it 86 that Kyosho won the IFMAR World Championship with Joel Johnson? I remember reading it in Car Action, and Kyosho just, man, they flooded the market. They were like, we're the world champs. Because at that time, if you were the two-wheel drive buggy champ, you were the best out there. And I can't pronounce his name right, but it was a Japanese guy that was actually driving his RC car around the track with his toes. That's how good he was. I wish Car Action would kind of go retro and kind of go back and bring back some of that stuff. So, yep, Captain On Road used to be good. I remember the first time I saw some 8 scale on road cars. It was in the 80s, and they had the 2-speed transmissions. We had never seen cars go that fast, and to this day, even though I have RC cars that are faster, those are still the fastest cars I've ever seen in my life. And man, we love that. Those 8 scale Nitro cars running, man. So I know I said I was going to end here. I'll stay on for about another 10 minutes so that we'll do a complete hour. I mean, periodically I would I still do this. I still search YouTube for some of the old school videos, the Tyco Turbo Hoppers, the Toys R Us commercials, the old school G.I. Joe. I think for me, growing up in the 80s and 90s, everybody says this for their generation was the best time, but I think it was really good to see the cutting edge of stuff and how things transitioned over. Yep, they sure did. They used to have RC cars on TV, all that stuff. I mean, all that stuff kind of faded away. Someone says, do you know if there is anywhere to still get parts for the Force RC Epidemic or the Mudracker? Man, eBay is probably it. I don't know why that series was discontinued. I mean, I got a speculation why, but that's just my thoughts. But I think Force RC was doing a good job. They had some good cheap stuff, and it just needed to be tuned better. And I mean, I wish they wouldn't have went away. Some of you guys may not know this, but Force RC, they had the Epidemic, they had the Mudracker, they had a 8 or a 10 scale truck and stuff like that. But they actually had some decent stuff. And then I don't know if you guys remember Tower Hobbies. They had something called RC Gear Shop, where they had brushless motors, speed controllers, and batteries cheap. And then all that stuff just went away. It was just like, man, we used to love that stuff. Mike says it was a savage. The rival in the USA one he circled every year for Christmas. Mike, I look, when the Stampede 4x4 came out late 2009, 2010, every year for about 5 or 6 years, I got a Stampede 4x4, a new one every year. At least 2 new ones every year. I have no idea. I just love the new Stampede 4x4s, and I ran the heck out of it. And I love Jane from Ultimate RC series on that. Yeah, Justin, you're right. Tower Hobbies used to do have parts for that. They may still. You may want to search on. I'm not sure. You may be able to find stuff, but once those cars started, once that company kind of went away, I just got rid of my stuff because I hate having a car and it's broken and you can't find a part for it. I just I'll trash the car at that point because it just frustrates me to have something there I can't use, or find somebody that wants it and get the parts off of it. So. Yep, Kevin just brought back some more memories. He said back in the day, Series and JC Penney's would have all the Tamiya cars in their Christmas catalog. Yep, and Tower Hobbies. I remember looking before and after Thanksgiving and just sitting down every day looking through that and looking at the cars they had on there. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can 3D print stuff, so that is a true factor. So that is very true. Hopefully, you know how to do it. You can find somebody that can do it for you. So that's a good thing. I mean, you got to spend several $100s for a good 3D printer to print, but once you buy it, it's going to be good. As a matter of fact, I'm actually going to be getting one this year too, a 3D printer. Brandon, I used to have one. I got rid of the one I had years ago. I'm thinking about getting one of the newer ones. Um, I wish Red. The only reason why I have not pulled the trigger on the new Red Cat Volcano is because Red Cat did not change that direct drive diff and that weird pitch on the spur gear. And I that's something that I did not like about the truck. I think if Red Cat was going to do what they did with the body and the tires and wheels, they should have went ahead and put at least a slipper clutch on that thing or a center diff. I mean, they got the technology, the money, and the tools to do it. So that's the reason why I haven't pulled the trigger on that. But actually, if you look through my channel, my Red Cat Volcano run that I did several years ago was in my top 10 video views, which is kind of funny. All right, Offline Hobbies, Happy New Year to you. Have fun at work. So, yeah, you probably can 3D print a whole car. I mean, you look at the designs, if you know what you're doing, you could probably 3D print the whole thing. I mean, it may not hold together. Well, I'm not gonna say that because I don't know if you guys know, and that's some of the stuff I was gonna add to either this channel, or this channel. Some of you guys may not know they 3D print houses, which I thought was fascinating. I found that out about a year and a half ago, especially overseas. They're 3D printing houses. So when I found that out, I was like, dang. Yeah, I had a cheetah a while back. You may have been one that asked about it in the comments. I had the cheetah, and it was something else I had back in the day. several years ago. The zombie, and it was another one too. I had all those. My biggest thing was I think I broke one of them. Didn't find a part for it and going through all that. So, oh well, Mike, let us know how that turns out. So, appreciate that, Riker. I talked about that a little bit earlier. It's not gonna be a everyday thing. I won't take away from the RC stuff, but I will be doing boats and planes and stuff too on the channel. And I mentioned other stuff too. I'll probably do another poll on the YouTube community to talk about crypto. If you guys want to know about that, talk about investments and just trying to give information out. If you guys, I mean, take it with a grain of salt. If you want to take some of the investment advice and try to move forward, you can do that. Um, oh, this says red tires on the front for both sides. So I was just looking. I thought it just had one red tire and the rest were black, but it's red in the front and black on the back. So, but I'll be putting this stuff out. X-Man said he bought his first car 95, went outside, hit the throttle, and the car took off and hit the curb. Oh man. The mechanical speed controller. That's especially when you had to turn your radio on first and then your car. You did not want to turn that car on, that mechanical speed controller, that servo moves to full throttle. Your car is gone. Back in the day where you had to use 8 double A's. So, oh, I can imagine that. Mike printing all that stuff out. I mean, people are kind of chiming in and out, but with the particular UFO content, UFO content. If you guys haven't look up Bob Lazar. I have been actually following Bob Lazar since 1989 when he first came out. And I think the information he gave is true. His story has not changed at all. I have found some other information on Bob Lazar, and it's amazing. You guys don't know he's got his own business and stuff too. I mean, he doesn't take money for the UFO stuff. He just doesn't really care. He kind of wishes he wouldn't have said anything and just stayed in there because what he learned and what he saw was just phenomenal. But yeah, Brandon, that rival is not coming out until another month or two, I think. I mean, it's like, dude, we've been waiting on that truck for a minute. But Bob Lazar, real quick, had a video where they turned one of those reactors on and it actually froze the candle. It still burned, but the candle was flickering and then it stopped. But it still had the combustion on it. And I'm going to actually do a video on that and show where he talked about it. Because it doesn't make sense, but the stuff defies all the laws of physics and everything that we know about. But then again, people don't realize too that a lot of stuff we've been taught is not really is to keep us in this monetary system, but I won't get into that in this video unless you guys want me to. Yeah, I think that MT8 is going to be the thing of it. I don't know. I know there's still ships that are on port and stuff. I don't know what the holdup his arrival is, but they did this earlier this year with a couple of the cars Associated was going to release, and it took them forever to get that out. And people are going to get tired of waiting. They're going to spend their money on other stuff. So, this car in the box, show this up to you. It's the I-20 Coupe WRC. It's about 129 bucks. You can get this from Tiny Adventures RC. I'll probably just do an unboxing on this. This HPI one is probably going to be a shelf queen. I just wanted to show this. I probably won't even do an unboxing on this. But I will be doing it on this car. It actually comes ready to run, even with double A's for the radio and a little charger. And it looks like either an extra gear set or there's probably a speed gear set in there. But I'll probably go ahead and do an unboxing on this in the next couple of days. I don't have time to do it right now, but so, and that's a close look up of this. You guys see that there. And this is brushless. It comes with an 8,000 kV motor. Captain, I think actually Tiny Adventures may have a 10 scale rival in. If they don't, I know A Main had some, but they are hard to find. I mean, Associated, they're gonna release the stuff. They gotta step their game up because I think everybody when they saw their rival, I think some people wanted it to be a little bit bigger, but I think with the power that they're putting through it and handling that they wanted to have it have, I think the size they created for it is gonna be fine. Of course, we do miss the other bigger rival, but that was only 4S capable out the box, and you had to change everything out to make it 6S. At least the speed controller. I think you may have to shim the diffs too, because I had one. I used to love running that thing. I mean, I think it was in the high 30s as far as speed wise, but something that big, I was pretty much good on. So, I don't know. I'll let you guys see this up close. So, like I said, I'll be doing a video on this, but I more or less wanted to show you guys this too and just chat with y'all for a few minutes. So y'all, I'm gonna end this in a couple of minutes unless y'all have some questions y'all want to throw out there real quick. I'll give another minute or two, see if anything pops up. If not, this HPI is the Mini RS4. I probably won't run it. I was just showing it to you guys in this video. It is belt driven. I like it that it actually does not have that 2-in-1 built-in receiver and ESC. But this is a brush car. HPI has always done a great job with their bodies. So I don't know if you're talking about this car or this car, Brandon. This is a HPI here. Here is, move this stuff over. The actual box and stuff for this car right here. So Kevin, the Mad Van, I've seen one run. Local guy here, Gap, A to Z Reviews. You guys haven't checked him out, go check his channel. He's got one, and we were out running cars a couple months ago, and he had his out there and he ran it. I've seen him run. They seem to be pretty good. I saw CCXRC run his, and he loves his. It's just this hobby can become expensive, so I can't buy everything that comes out. So yeah, they need to at least come back with the WRA to re-release that or make this larger or something. HPI's gotta step their game up. I know that Magic, the Maverick stuff is cool, and it's selling a lot for them. But well, y'all, I gotta get ready to get off here. I got some stuff I have to do. Brandon asked one other question. He said, "Would you prefer the Armor Creighton or the Red Cat Kaiju?" Oh, they're two kind of different trucks. One's kind of a truggy, and it depends on which Creighton you're talking about. Price wise, they're going to be different. I mean, it's about a little bit over $100 difference in the price of the two. I think the biggest thing with the Creighton, and hopefully there's a running update on it, is going to be that Spectrum servo, because that does go out. I've had, on my Creighton, 2 of them go out, and I just got another servo and put it up in. And I think it's because the voltage may be turned up too high on the servos, and also the dual rate steering is turned up. So those servos are kind of turning all the way. So that'll be something that I even saw a guy at Hobbytown. He just bought it, and I think he was bringing it in because the servo went out. As far as handling wise, the Creighton's going to handle a lot better, and it's going to be a lot more durable. I think the biggest thing with the Creighton is just a minor update to the electronics is going to help that out. But it's a little bit more expensive, but it is going to be a little bit, it is going to be, I'm not going to say a little bit more, it is going to be more durable. I mean, if you take both of those trucks and you start jumping them, the Red Cat's going to break first. And I may show that in the video, so I may do some comparisons at some point in time. I try not to too much put manufacturer against manufacturer because, everybody has the things they like, and some companies' cars may be better than others. Some things are different, but when I did do some comparisons videos, I guess I'll say this real quick. Like for instance, couple months ago, I put a Z Racing LiPo against an SMC LiPo, and the people were talking about SMC. Oh man, you pay out, but I think it was about a 2 or 3 mile per hour difference. But they don't understand in racing that's like night and day. And then the durability of the batteries too. I mean, the SMCs, I think I've had them for a long time. The Z Racing batteries were new, but SMC didn't seem to get upset about it. They still sold battery stuff, and they're still great batteries. Now, the batteries I ran today, when I ran them in the X-Maxx, people were upset. So, because they felt they should have run better, and they should have. They're high voltage lipos, but they ran the same speed as the regular ones. So that's kind of why I don't do a lot of comparisons and stuff too with that, but I'll start doing more. Yep. Brandon says Creighton ready to run. Yep. I mean, you're gonna find more parts and more aftermarket parts for the Creighton too. It's gonna be more expensive. And the first thing I would do is I would replace that servo. So just keep that in mind. So all right, y'all. I am going to end this. I appreciate that, Kevin. And I will see you guys in a couple of days. I'll probably go ahead and put that video up in a couple of days of the skate park run of the Sin racing truck, because that was actually pretty cool seeing that big truck jump. So faster, Brand, I guess I'll answer this last question. The Red Cat is gonna be, I think the Crate, they're probably about gonna be close to the same speed. The Red Cat is super fast, actually. The Crate, you're gonna have to gear up. But the Red Cat went 49, if I can recall, out the box, and I think it went 63 with a 6S. So it's plenty fast. So if you factor all that in, cost, speed, durability, and stuff, you just have to think about, which route you want to take with that. You can't go wrong with either one, though. I mean, whichever one you go with, you can't go wrong with it. So, all right, appreciate it, Mike. I'll talk to you guys later.